if you didn't understand the title, which I bet you actually did, then this is a review of Minecraft Dungeons. So that's pretty cool, right? It's going to be a review. Yeah, so now let's just go on. Okay, so first thing I'm reviewing it on is how many glow squids killed. 0. Oh, 0. There are 0 glow squids killed in the entire game. I want my money back. Not okay. That's not actually how I'm reviewing this game, but yeah, glow squids. I don't like them. So then okay, so now I'm actually going to the first category I'm going to review it on is the tutorial. And I give the tutorial a 7 out of 10, serviceable. Okay, so here's why. So the tutorial just plops you in Squid Coast, and in Squid Coast, I don't know why it's called Squid Coast. Fortunately, it's not called Glow Squid Coast. So am I right? So then, while in Squid Coast, you pick up a weapon, and said weapon gives you an attack button, and so you can now attack monsters. And then you see a skeleton, except that skeleton is out of reach. And so, unfortunately, you cannot attack the skeleton, but the game gives you a ton of arrows and a bow, so now you can shoot the skeleton. And then near closer to the end, you get a rocket, and it teaches you how to use artifacts, and then you shoot the rocket at some enemies. And then that's basically, and then you get a new item at the end teaching you about the reward, and teaching you about the little reward that you get at the end of each level. Okay, so now we've gone over rewards. I mean the tutorial. So what about the rest of the game? So I think the gameplay is actually pretty fun. So it's a pretty hard game, which you wouldn't really expect on Minecraft. Well, Minecraft's a pretty hard game, so Minecraft Dungeons, a spin-off, is also a very hard game. So I actually had difficulty on the first real level, so most games I play aren't that difficult. So, but is the game fun? And I can confidently say yes. Just hacking through a ton of enemies in a lot of other games is fun, but it's just not like a good way to spend just hours. But in Minecraft Dungeons, it has more depth. Like, you can shoot things, and you can, like, it controls really well too. Like, you really just walk and attack. That's the whole control scheme. It's not overcomplicated, and it does the job very well, I think. So, and then talk about again. I think I was talking about gameplay. So, okay, so so the gameplay is actually really fun. It's pretty hard though. Once you get good enough stuff, it's just so fun to chop through hundreds upon hundreds of enemies, and then they all die. So that's fun, and then the graphics look really nice, and so I would recommend it. Now, but there's still much more. So the level variety, yeah, there's some pretty good level variety. Like, there's some fun puzzles to solve in some of them. They all have really good themes. So like the first two are like woods, and then there's a mine, and savannah, and then it won't spoil the next two. But then there's a castle, and then more castle. So it's pretty great. And then there's also a ton of secrets to find, like a ton of secret rewards, like bonus levels that you can get. Overall, just a really fun time. And it is worth $20 that it's priced at. And then there's also a ton of DLC. Like, not too much, and it's like, there's two DLC packs, a $10 one and a $20 one. and you can buy but you can actually buy them like separately. Like, so you can buy, so instead of buying one $20 package, you can buy 4 $6 packages, which is a questionable choice, but it's a choice you can make. Or if you just wanted one and you weren't interested in the others, you could just buy a $6 one. And then, but this is a review about the base game. So then, the story I also think is pretty good. So there's an illager that they even have a book about it, which I think the book is actually really well written. But this isn't a review about the book. I have to stop being sidetracked. So basically, there's a little illager, and then there's a narrator. And I don't, like, the narrator is never really explained, has no significance in the story whatsoever, and is never met in game, unless the narrator is actually the blacksmith. Okay, so, all jokes aside, the story, so there's an illager, and then he gets kicked out of the illager tribe, and then he tries to be a villager, and then the villagers don't like him, and then he finds a magic orb, and then he kills everyone. The end. Okay, there's some more to it, and he actually didn't kill anyone, he just enslaves every villager ever, because he wants to... I actually don't really know. And then... So then there's a good plot twist at the end. It's still, like, nothing special, but it's still a pretty good story. Like, I'm interested in it. And then all the levels have really good theming. Like, rather than just doing levels because the game tells you to and they're fun, it, like, has their motives that it gives you. Like, there is, like, the illager wants to strike a bargain with a necromancer so that he can bring back the dead and use, like, armies of the undead to kill everyone. And so you have to stop that. Or he wants to make an army of mechanical death machines, and you have to stop that. And you have to just go confront him in his castle. And so, yeah, there's some pretty good motives. And then there's really no motives for the extra levels, but, like, you can just assume things, like you're just raiding tombs, which is weird, but yeah, it's a fun Minecraft spinoff. So, and then the rewards are really good. Like, sometimes when it's like there's these piggy banks you can find, and they give you a ton of stuff. So, and then beating a level always gives you a reward. And it's not only, like, the first time you beat a level, it's also anytime you beat a level. So you can just grind out levels so that you can do, like, Fiery Forge, like, 10 times. And then once you've done that, and then you just get a ton of really good stuff. And then there's also 3 difficulties, so there's some good replayability. Like, you do it the first time, you get, like, so you do the normal mode. Oh, and there's also a sound effect that goes with each one. I don't remember them, except in the normal mode, it plays a chicken sound effect when you select it. So once you beat normal, it unlocks adventure. And then adventure is way harder. It is ridiculous how hard adventure is. I still haven't been able to beat it, and I've been trying for months. And whenever I get a new DLC, I always play on... And I haven't even unlocked Apocalypse yet, so I can't really talk about that. And I haven't even unlocked all the secret levels, and I mean, maybe I have, but who knows. Oh, and then there's all these secret merchants you can find, and for some reason, if you have already beaten all the levels when that update came out, it doesn't make you find the merchants, which is really sad, but, you know. And, so there's secret merchants, they give you better stuff, and then there's also, I guess not much else. And then there's all the secret levels. I already talked about that. And then there's then there's also a good amount of free updates. They have, like, new modes, and then sometimes there's, like, little events where you can get some exclusive stuff. And yeah, just an all-around good game. So the events happen pretty much every time a DLC releases, and they're just fun. They're just plain fun. Cause, and you can't do, and then so the ads, and they also added daily trials one time, so every day there's a new mission, which is really cool. And what else is there? Well, there's quite a bit more to say, but yeah, and they also recently added basically like randomized levels so that you'd sacrifice some gear to the nether, I guess. And then it would create a new level for you to play, and then there's some really good gear that you can find in it. I've never really found anything particularly good, but I bet if I keep sacrificing items, I'll eventually get something remotely good. Okay, so other than that, I don't think there's anything more to say. So, yeah. I guess consider subscribing and um uh yeah, I'm just gonna um I'm gonna review the Echoing Ender DLC thing when it releases. Well, I've probably stopped recording by now. Probably. Have I though? That is the question. Have I stopped recording? Oh. I don't think I have. Oh no. Da 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 da.